Good morning, everybody. I'm going to be talking with Patricia. She is going in for surgery on Tuesday, and we're just going to check in with her, and I want to hear all about it. And then she's going to come and join us again after to kind of tell us how it went and the procedure. So she's here now. I'm just going to ask her to join our talk. Now, surgeries and things she's having done. I would love to introduce them, but there's a lot of big words, so I'm going to let her do that. Good morning,
Oh,
Patricia.
no.
How are you?
Good morning. Oh, please call me Patty. That's fine. But so happy to meet you. I've been
Perfect. Hi,
following you
Patty.
for a while.
Yeah, it's so great to have you on. You and I have been chatting kind of back and forth. You were the one that let me know about Sarah Rule's book. So it was the first time that I had heard of that, and I obviously loved it and love her, had her on.
She's amazing.
So how are you feeling? Yes, she is. She really is. It's so nice to have people kind of, I don't know, writing books.
I know.
Makes us really feel like we're
here it is. Here, I'll give her a plug. She's like a renowned playwright. I didn't even know, and I read all her background, and it was pretty amazing. I follow her now, and pretty great story.
Yeah,
so
she's wonderful.
I encourage
She's
it.
wonderful.
Yeah.
So you're quarantining right now, I guess you would say. I guess that's a verb now in our world, hey, quarantining. Because you're going in on Tuesday for your surgery. So how are you feeling about that? Are you nervous?
Oh, well, it really hit me last night. I was just like, I had a couple glasses of wine because I was like, oh my God, it's actually happening on Tuesday. And I mean, it's a pretty big surgery. They say 8 hours, in I don't know if that's the whole time, but they said plan for 8 hours. And so it's a big deal. And I just don't want to let anybody down. It's like, they have 2 surgeons involved and all these people, and they've already canceled it twice because due to COVID. So the last one I was supposed to get it in January. So now it's April. And I just don't want to catch any bugs or anything ahead of time. So, and I guess COVID's kind of ramping up again a little bit, this new variant. So I'm like,
it is, a little bit.
Week. Yeah. So I decided just
even if you're feeling okay, it's still there. That's the trouble.
It is. Yeah, so I'm like, everybody and I work from home right now, so it's fine, it worked out really well. Getting a little antsy though, I just want to get out, so get it done.
My husband's parents live in Windsor, Ontario, and they had really long lockdowns, and I can't imagine. So so I'm sure you're getting excited, just want to kind of get there and see and everything. And so what kind of preparations, just a little bit about your story, and then how you decided to kind of look into surgery.
Right. So I contracted BP 5 years ago, actually, last month. And I was at work when it happened. I was talking to a colleague, and I thought my face felt weird. And I went back and looked in my mirror in my office. I'm like, oh my God, like it had just started to droop, and I was like drooling. And so they said, oh, you better, call my doctor. They said, go to the ER. I had heard about palsy, so I wasn't too worried about having a stroke, but, I'm 61, so who knows? So I went in, and they, did their little test, and they said, make pretty eyes. I'm like going like this, and they said, there's no movement up here. Like, they had all the plastic symptoms. So they just gave me a regimen of steroids, no antivirals or anything, sent me home. And I thought, oh, that's okay. I'll get better. Like, most people do eventually, but, weeks, months went by, and actually it got worse. Like the synchrony, you can see here, like it's gotten worse, I think, over the last, couple of years. So it's really, I have nothing going on here. I really need Botox.
Yeah. Cause it's like, it's low. So does that mean that this muscle isn't picking up, kind of, right?
Yeah, it's tight, and then my eye, like I really need. Oh God, I look awful. I need Botox. The Botox helps so much with the twitching, and it
me
helps
too.
the appearance too. Do you get it as well, the Botox?
Yeah, I just got Botox a few weeks ago. And I hadn't had it in a long time. Now the mouth part for me, I don't know if I'll get it again in here, but the eye, like you really don't realize how active it is all the time until it's not, because it just gets so tired.
I know, and it's like then when you get it, you're like, oh, I'm fine, and then all of a sudden, like 3 months later, like, oh, it's getting twitchy again.
Right.
So they give me a lot. The doctor that does my Botox, he's another plastic neuro whatever surgeon at the Cleveland Clinic. He gives me 30 some shots, so I get them all around here, here, and he does a few on the other side to balance. here and then in my mouth, which isn't as painful as it sounds. And then this, this muscle or tendon that I guess is more pronounced, it drags everything down. So he gives me some there as well. But I haven't gotten it in a while because ahead of surgery, they don't want you to have Botox like down here anywhere. So it's been like 6 months since I've had Botox down there. But so that's really helpful. So when I got Bell's palsy, like I said, it didn't recover. And, I did the massaging and I didn't do acupuncture. I'm just like, don't believe in all the woo-woo. I mean, some people say maybe it works for them, but maybe it would have gotten better anyways, their Bell's palsy.
Yeah.
So I didn't explore that. And then, I started going to get Botox and they said, there's these other options you can consider. First, they talked about doing the gracilis muscle transplant, which is where it's a more, I think it's a more difficult recovery and it's a little more involved where they take that tendon out of your thigh and they implant it and they connect it. Yeah. But then they said, we don't think that's right for you. So set me up with Dr. Patrick Byrne at the Cleveland Clinic. And he said, let's explore this opportunity for the selective neurolysis. I always forget how to pronounce it. Neurectomy, where I think you're going to provide a link to the procedure. But
yeah, I pasted it in the thing. Some people really like know their words. Like Brenda comes on and she's got it like dialed in. Like she knows all the words. I'm always so impressed.
Barbie,
and me, I'm like,
I'm such a layman. I'm just like,
yeah.
I know. So I'm like, well, just tell me what it is. And then of course,
when do I show up? Just tell me that.
Tell me what it is. I read all about him. His reviews are phenomenal. He's one of the most renowned, I guess, surgeons in this procedure in the world. He's a colleague with that Dr. Babaka's who I think created the procedure in 2017 around that time. I followed him on Facebook. He's amazing, the work he does. They're colleagues, but they're not doing the surgery together. It's just Dr. Patrick Byrne and then Dr. Michael Fritz out of the Cleveland Clinic. So
I'll adjust that,
Yeah, it's fine. And so apparently I made a mistake of going on because Dr. Aziz Today is always like posting his surgeries. And I started looking at it. And I'm like, I don't need to know this. I'm just going to show up. Don't tell me all the details.
Yeah.
But, I did read they go in and they map out your nerves and then they disable the ones that are counterproductive to the smile. So I guess they're going to cut this one and then the buccinator muscle, I think that's what it's called here. Yeah. They're going to relax or cut that. So I will get that. Hopefully I'll get, it's functional and aesthetic. Obviously aesthetic's big, but because I'm always like chewing on the side of my mouth and.
No, aesthetics are annoying. It's not like don't worry.
But
then it'll make this part come up more.
It'll
too.
They'll cut this nerve, which hopefully will give me, it'll relax this and that'll come up a little bit, and then this will come down a little bit. Ugh, awful. But yeah. So that's the game plan, and at the same time, he recommended, because I guess they're going to do a neck lift on this side as they're working on it. So he goes, well, we'll have to do the other side. I'm like, okay, I've got a neck lift at the same time. So I'm going to get the neck lift. Yeah. And then they're going to do a lower lid blepharoplasty. So he'll inject some fat, or I don't know exactly how that works either. I feel like such a bad patient. I read about it, but I'm not a doctor.
No, I'm the same. So. I don't. That's why we have doctors.
Exactly.
If you needed to know all of it, you could do it yourself, which would be very creepy. So it's good.
I made a mistake of looking at the procedure online. I was like, I don't need to know this. So just make it work. So they are very long procedures. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I had a tummy tuck after I had my kids. Yeah, it takes quite a long time, and very gross and a lot of painful recovery. So I'm assuming that you were going to be like, how long is the recovery? A few weeks? I think it's going to be a few weeks. I took a week off from work. Like I said, I work from home. And so I just won't go on camera for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, see how you feel, I guess, right?
Yeah. And of course, I don't tell you, I don't think how bad it is. Like, I had an upper lid blepharoplasty after my first, when I had Bell's palsy. And, they don't tell you, it gets so itchy and it's sore. I mean, you just kind of like, what's the big deal? But, it's a surgery and it's painful. So I got all the head wraps with the ice packs and, I'm like, give me the pain meds, and then hopefully it'll be okay. And they don't keep you overnight, which everybody I talk to is like, what do you mean they don't keep you overnight? It's like an 8-hour surgery. They send you right home that day. For you when you had yours.
Well, my stomach you're literally getting cut like in half.
I know. I've
And
heard.
mine was on a Friday, and
Mm-hmm.
thank goodness my mom obviously helped me, and she had experience in other things as well, to know what to do. But I was like, what? You're gonna let me
Oh,
go
really?
home? Like,
I
just,
know.
but whatever. I mean, they know what they're doing. So.
I know. And Barbie, get this, like told me, and this, I was back there in January, and I haven't been back since. I'm like, well, hello, are we good to go? I mean, I guess I am. But they did say they put a couple of drains in your head.
Yeah,
So
they'll
they
put
send you
drains in.
home. So they actually recommended, so my partner and I were going to stay there's a hotel that's connected with the clinic. It's like one of the biggest in the world.
Good. Because then
Yeah,
you're close. Oh, because you don't live close, or where do
I
you
live
live?
about 25 minutes away, but
Okay.
they don't want you to risk like a fender bender or anything
Yeah.
on your way home. So,
well, and
so
that's
like,
and
okay.
you'll feel better too. You'll feel better, right? Like, and I bet you your partner or husband will feel better.
He said
too, right?
We'll just
because you're gonna be conked out. You won't care anyways. You're gonna be high as a kite.
I know. My best friend, she doesn't want to hear this probably, but she had a facelift like 2 months ago, and she did the same thing. She goes, you should stay overnight. It's just so much easier. Then you're right back there the next morning.
Yeah, perfect.
And you're so out of it anyways. You're kind of like out of it from the medication and all.
Exactly. So you're going to be at the Cleveland Clinic. Mm-hmm. And I haven't done a lot of reading on their department, but they're top notch. Mm-hmm. They have all the top facial surgeons and plastic surgeons mm-hmm. there. So that's really exciting. I'm really excited to hear everything. I'm so excited for you.
Oh, thank you.
You've been waiting for a long time and doing a lot of research on things like this, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. It's just so exciting to finally get your turn. I feel like it's like your turn,
It is. And I don't have any huge expectations. If I can get some functionality back, he told me, he goes, it's not like I need to get a full, like, yay, my old smile, totally even.
Yeah, that's like my next question. Yeah.
Yeah, they're very realistic. I mean, we're hoping that maybe like 80%, but I don't know. We'll find out. But that's the chance you take, I guess. So, and I'm older. I don't know how. Like, I'm 61, so I don't know how much better it'll work for me versus someone maybe.
Yeah, how you'll bounce back.
Yeah, I have to say I'm glad I got palsy when I'm older. Now, I feel bad for these young mothers and other people who are young and get it. It's like, oh, I'm not dating or anything. I'm done with all that. And I have to say, I love the whole. I just laugh because I'm not out in the dating world, and I also like COVID was no problem wearing a mask. I'm like, well, I'm all.
That's like somebody posted a meme about that. I'm like, I never even thought of that. And when I first got Bell's palsy, so 7 years ago now, so I was 35ish, I think. I did a little bit of research on surgery, and I think one of the doctors was the ones my mom had seen on Oprah, and so I looked into it. Now, so a few teas for you. Now, my case, see, the thing is, for me, realistically, when I'm chatting, it hasn't really hugely affected my life. So
you look like you had. Don't you hate it when people tell you, "Oh, but you look fine"? I mean, how you feel. Yeah, you do. Yours is not as severe. Apparently,
it isn't. And I'm lucky.
But it's a huge thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I had about 80 or 85%. I see Jody at the Center for Facial Recovery. That's what she said. And it's just we all understand that, like, just change in confidence, and you just feel more sorry for yourself on some days than others. But for me, looking into the surgery and the amount of money and the fact and the risk, I chose not to, but I'm so excited for people who do, because even for myself I'm learning more about it, because I'm thinking, well, maybe, there is a couple nerves in there for me that could kind of be fixed and stuff. And I just love our community and how we're able to share and find out a little bit of information more, and actually talk to the people. Because of course these doctors are amazing and super qualified and like so smart. But it's nice to talk to an actual person and get to know somebody who is going to and who has done it when we're doing our own research, to maybe consider doing it. So it's a serious decision.
It is a serious decision, and it is expensive. I mean, I'm lucky. My insurance is really good. It's good enough. But the funny thing is, it only covers this half of my face, like the little work I'm getting done here. Right. So I have to do this side to balance. I'm like, okay, well, I got to pay that out of my pocket.
That, I guess makes sense, but, right? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. My girlfriend had the same thing when she had breast cancer, right? She's like, you get one freebie.
I know. I've heard that too. Ah. Yeah.
Oh,
So
whatever.
I feel bad for people that don't have, you know, the means or the option or even insurance for.
Absolutely.
But like I said, it's elective.
That is the thing where we are very lucky. I am very blessed that I do have the means and the location and able to,
yes,
you know, try
you're in
things
Canada,
like Botox.
right? So yeah. Botox is 100%
Our stuff
covered
isn't
for
covered.
me. Oh, it's not. Hmm.
No.
My Botox is covered, thank goodness. So
now it's covered under what?
It's a medical. He codes it. You know, the U.S. I don't know if it's different from what it is, but he codes it in a way that says she needs it to properly, you know, function with the twitching and all this. It's a function. It has to be proven to be medically necessary.
Right.
Yeah.
As opposed to just aesthetics, which mine is. Mine, like mine isn't medically necessary, but yes, I think so. That is the case. My mom's friend's mom had a eye lift because her eyelids had drooped so much she couldn't see. So then that would be covered because it's medically necessary. Correct. Okay, so those are the things for people to look into. Yeah. And obviously do a little bit of like looking into for you know, with their insurance as well.
Gosh, you gotta be so careful because I must have called that office 10 times to say, "Are you sure it's covered?"
Yeah.
I called, like, sure. And then my insurance company, like, well, you don't. It's outpatient, so you don't have to like have a case for it until afterwards. I'm like, that makes me nervous, you know.
Yeah.
But
I want you to tell me you're gonna pay for it for sure. It's not $10.
Yeah. Exactly. And I'll let you know after if I have any issues. But But I appreciate everything you do. You're amazing, and I love following your community. It's really encouraging, and you know, it's helpful. So.
Thank you so much, and I really appreciate you coming on. I know everybody's really excited to see, so I'll follow up with you in a couple weeks. Best of luck on Tuesday. We're all cheering for you, and we know you have the best care. And you just let us know how it goes. I'll follow up in a couple weeks and be back on.
I will.
I'm so excited for you.
I know, and just like do your research, you know, like this surgeon is one of the top in the world apparently, and I'm real excited that he's in my community. I don't have to travel anywhere for him. So, but do your research and make sure their background is good and they have
absolutely. Always make sure we do our research on anything, even if it's acupuncture or Botox. You always want to make sure that you have good care. And so excited for you. Wishing you the best of luck. We're here cheering you on, and can't wait to hear all about it.
I will be.
Have a wonderful day.
Thanks, Barbie. Take care. Bye.
Bye, Patty.
Bye.
It's just tough. So really, or I talked about with a while ago about eating sushi. Like sushi is a big deal. I eat sushi with a knife and fork. And those are the kind of things where just eat with a knife and a fork. Eat really, really tiny pieces, which is a good idea anyways. I mean, that's what we teach our kids when they're toddlers, right? But those little kind of tips that we can help each other out with. And it's okay to drink your coffee with a straw. And it's okay to do those things. Like, who cares? Some people do. My mom drinks her coffee with a straw. And she doesn't have bellspalsy. So that's okay. So grief is a huge part of Bell's palsy, and that's kind of something that I've been, you know, connecting more with counselors and therapists and people who focus on that, because that's not something that I really made the connection with before.
Right.
And facial paralysis aside, I think like you're saying, Megs, this happening to us, any kind of major thing that happens to a human is changes your path completely. There's stuff that changes your mental path completely. And so whether your facial paralysis has really necessarily affected your career or your forward facing life, you're grieving something, and you're grieving that old self, even though you are on a better path. You know, that's what Elizabeth said. You can be happy about the people that you've met and everything, and still not be happy about the synkinesis. It's not like you have to say, yay, every morning, get up and be like, so excited to have synkinesis because I met these people. You can have both feelings. That's what I'm working on right now too. Being able to feel
absolutely. Yes. Yeah, we wouldn't be here today if we hadn't got this, and we wouldn't be here helping other people, and we meet some amazing people. But yeah, actually, every day waking up and looking in the mirror, or you've got your lipstick on wonky, or your other half says,
Yeah.
just got a bit round
Yeah,
here,
not
or
today. Yeah.
you know, yeah, and today's a bad day if your eye's really closing. And I think, as somebody put here, put too much stress on their eye when they're eating. And yeah, I've had those comments when people have said, "Why does your eye close when you eat?" Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
that's a long story.
Yeah.
But so
Yeah,
that
exactly.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole grief process is kind of, it's never a linear, process. It kind of, I was thinking about my journey, because it's been a long one, 26 years in. There's been stages in my life when I felt that I've accepted it. Then I've got angry about it. Then I've gone back to acceptance.
Yeah.
Then I've gone to turn it into something positive. And then it's kind of coping, of course, with the other aspects of it. Like, I'll give you an instance. I've had 2 operations on my eyes for glaucoma. Now, that's not caused by this, but what the other contraindications that I've had because of Ramsay-Hunt syndrome is of the nerve endings growing back in different places. So when I came to have an operation on my right eye, the anesthetic didn't work in the right way.
Now the right eye,
because the
your
nerve,
good side or your
yes, on my palsy side.
Okay.
On my palsy side, so the anesthetic didn't work when they were going to do the operation because the nerves are wired up now in a different way because of Ramsay-Hunt. So every time I would go to the eye hospital, I'd say, even if they were just putting the topical anesthetic in to do my pressures on my eye, I'd say, I need 2 drops in here. And they go, no, you only need 1. No,
and they
I
come
need
back
2.
and give you 2 drops, right?
I can tell you, put 2 in. And then I had one doctor who decided she would try and take the suture out in my eye, because it's kind of, there's like a slit where the fluid, sorry, I don't want to make anyone feel squirmy, but the fluid has to flow in and out. It's to control the pressure and the fluid in the eye. She attempted to actually put this topical anesthetic on my eye and then use a laser to take out one of the sutures. And I nearly hit the roof. And she said, well, that should have been anesthetized. I said, but it's not. I've told you. I'll have to tell you every time. It doesn't work the same. And I've had the same with the dentist. And thankfully, the dental receptionist at at the dental practice I go to has facial palsy. And she has had the same problem with her dental block. And she said, the only reason now the dentist believes you is because I've told her I have the same thing.
Yeah, you're not
so
making
I thought
it up.
It takes a double witness,
Yeah.
I'm not making it up.
And
because actually,
that's a thing. And those are the little things, I think.
Yeah.
What a great tip for people. That freezing doesn't work well for me either, but I can't remember what side. It is that side. It is that side that freezing didn't work really well. They had to give me a ton of it. That's interesting.
I had 6, and then I had a reaction to the anesthetic, and then they thought I was having a panic attack, and I thought I was having a heart attack, and but that's what, because they were doing a root treatment, and the anesthetic wouldn't work. So
crazy.
These become major issues, which causes more anxiety, more fear of medics, more anxious about going to advocate for ourselves again, to say, I've got to find the energy to talk to those people and tell them this is what I need.
Literally just think you're crazy, because
you're a neurotic person.
Well, I mean, this person who's a doctor or a dentist or my GP, he, like, I wanted an MRI. I said, I just want to make
Yeah.
sure it's not Lyme disease. I knew I wasn't having a stroke.
Yeah.
I knew it was Bell's
Yeah.
palsy. Like, I told him, I'm like, I'm sure it is. And he said,
Yeah.
you need to stop looking stuff up on Google. And I was like,
Right.
like, where else am I getting this information? I was so upset. I didn't really go to him much as a doctor at all after that, because that's what you're saying with advocating. I'm fine with being wrong. You're a doctor. I understand that. I definitely do not have enough patience to be in school as long as you, but I, like you're saying, I just want to be listened to. Just be like, hey,
Yes.
it's not,
Yeah.
it's not Lyme disease because of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, probably all the things.
Yeah.
But Lyme disease is a big deal. And what do they say?
Yeah.
You got to catch it early. So those are the things, like we're saying.
Yeah.
And I just,
Yes.
I'm going to wrap our talk up. Oh, I just knocked my computer over. I'm going to wrap our talk up just because we've been talking for a while. And I mean, you know, you and I could talk on forever. I love talking to you.
Yes.
And, but yeah, like we're saying, just to wrap up, advocate for yourself.
Yes.
It doesn't matter
Advocate
if that
for
doctor
yourself.
doesn't listen to you, go to a different one. There's lots of doctors out there, you know, and
Absolutely.
You'll connect with one doctor that someone else might not, and that's okay. So just keep on going, keep on asking questions, keep going back.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
you know, who cares?
Go with your intuition. You know, you're the best expert on you. You know what's going on for you in your body.
Yeah.
And if it's not right and you're not happy with it, and we can share it in the group, and you know, there's many people who are mines of information in our groups. But you know, if you're not sure, go and find out and just get the best advice that you can.
Yeah.
And,
you know what?
if you're
If
having a crappy
neurotic,
day, get some
that's
support.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're being neurotic, that's
absolutely.
okay. It's your health. It's your
Yes.
face. It's your body.
Yeah.
You go be neurotic.
Yeah.
You would do it if it was your kid.
Yeah.
You know, if
Absolutely.
my
Yes.
kid had something and I wasn't getting the answers I wanted,
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to be neurotic. So, you know,
Absolutely.
just be your own parent, I guess we could say. Thank you so much. You have a wonderful rest of your day. And thank you everybody for joining us.
Thank you, Barbie. Thank you, everybody.
And we'll definitely be in touch.
Yes.
Thanks.
Lovely. Okay. Bye, everyone. Bye. Bye-bye.